Good evening and welcome to Sunset News on this beautiful Monday evening. As always, we bring in news, community stories, economics, weather, sports, and so much more. I am Glenn Rashipura. Getting into the news tonight, President Nangolo Mbumba says Namibia will only benefit from its resources if it's mined by locals. Mbumba also called on the youth to take up challenging courses to help aid Namibia's development. Let's take a look.
That one you can be fired for that. So we are dealing with all the things we need. And those of you who are close to people who are still attending universities, they must really study difficult things. It is not enough just to learn the easier things. To get minerals out of the ground is not a joke. To get petroleum out of the ground, which is under the sea, is not a joke. It demands really people who think and people who are determined. So we are talking about, we want a bigger share of our resources. Yes, we want bigger shares. The resources are yours, but you will only benefit once it's out of the ground. So unless you have enough people of your own citizens who are involved in those programs and projects, and mining and digging and processing, your share will definitely be small. Even if you said your share is 30% or 50% or even 70%, unless your own people are involved, your resource, because still other people who are going to come and do it for you, you pay them.
Still on mines and energy, the Ministry of Mines and Energy announced that petrol prices will decrease by 80 cents per liter, for diesel 50 ppm will decrease by 60 cents per liter, and diesel 10 ppm will decrease by 70 cents per liter. Furthermore, the ministry resolved to increase the industry margin by 23 cents to 189 cents per liter, increased the dealer's margin for service station operators by 9 cents per liter to 192 cents per liter, and increased the road rates in the ready reckoner by 15%, which is essential for facilitating the distribution of fuel to various parts of the country. The changes come into effect at 12 p.m. on Wednesday, the 3rd of July. Now getting to our next story, His Excellency Dr. Nangolo Mbumba visited Ongos Valley, where the Ongos Valley team unveiled their ambitious plans to transform the Namibian sporting landscape. The team is gearing up to construct the Ongos Sports Village, a state-of-the-art facility set to house an audience of approximately 30,000 and gain accreditation from various international sporting codes. Remo Dengeje was there and gave this video. Getting into our next story, the Walvis Bay municipality will soon have a new CEO, Victoria Kapenda, who comes from the Tsumeb municipality. The mayor of Walvis Bay, Trevina Forbes, also added that the municipality is now looking into establishing an internal audit. This video is by Leandria Mower. Let's take a look.
Delighted, finally, after all of these years, I think it will be brilliant to leave the institution with a substantive CEO. We've gotten a lot of problems on that, and I think that now we can really move on as an institution. The lady that will be coming in, also delighted that it's a lady that will be heading our institution, is Ms. Victoria Kapenda. She comes from Tsumeb municipality. So we have really robbed a lot of municipalities in recent months. We have Mr. Erickson, also from Otjiwarongo municipality, as our general manager in the Community Economic Development Department, and we are delighted also to have him on board. So slowly we are filling all of these positions. Council is strongly looking at, if I may, Chairperson of Management Committee, establishing and filling the positions of an internal audit department. We strongly believe that having this department in place will eradicate a lot of the problems that we are currently facing as a local authority, because then we have proper checks and balances.
That concludes our top stories. On the other side of the break, in our story of the day, the Namibian Youth Energy Forum recently held an event at NAMCO. We'll expand on this after the break.
eTicket, your online ticket solution for events and event marketing, bringing you ease of mind and making sure that your event gets out there. For more information, contact events@nmh.com.na.
Getting into our story of the day, the Namibian Youth Energy Forum recently presented an event at the NAMCO head office entitled Decoding the Draft Local Content Policy for Namibia's Oil and Gas Boom. Here, Interior Executive Director of the forum, Sarati Shikongo, elaborates on the event before... Here, Interior Executive Director of the forum, Sarati Shikongo, elaborates on the event before a participant shares her expectations. Augeta Greg reports. Let's take a look.
Our heritage, our shared humanity. Let us embrace the spirit of unity and solidarity. Let us support the Olufuko Annual Cultural Festival and ensure that
my name is Sarati Shikongo, and I'm the Interim Executive Director at the Namibian Youth Energy Forum. The Youth Energy Forum is a youth-led organization aimed to bridge the gap between the energy sector and the youth. We do this by inspiring, educating, and providing network opportunities for the youth to connect with the policymakers, key stakeholders in the energy sector, and their fellow peers. So today's event is on decoding the local content policy, which is the hot topic at the moment. So the main aim is to basically allow or inform the youth and give them an opportunity to fully understand or dissect the content in the local content policy. With this, we hope that they can be inspired, motivated, and find opportunities in which they can capitalize on this policy and how we can.
We apologize if the volume on the previous video was a little bit too soft. On the other side of the break, we tackle our community talk.
Are you tired of just hanging around at home while waiting for something to do? Check out eticket.diary.my.na for what's hot on the social scene across the country. Or if you're arranging an event you'd like us to feature, contact Jareen at we.com.na. We can sell your tickets too.
Ita Kanji Morangi recently officiated the Olufuko Cultural Festival at Otapi in the Omusati region. Kanji Morangi said Namibians should embrace the festival and ensure that their traditions continue to shine for many decades to come. She also thanked those in attendance for their dedication to preserving the cultural heritage and their commitment to building a more inclusive and harmonious society. Let's take a look.
Our heritage, our shared humanity. Let us embrace the spirit of unity and solidarity. Let us support the Olufuko Annual Cultural Festival and ensure that our traditions continue to shine brightly for many, many decades to come. Thank you for your dedication to preserving our cultural heritage and your commitment to building a more inclusive and harmonious society. Together, let us honor our culture, our pride, our heritage with joy, gratitude, and a renewed sense of purpose. As I move towards concluding, allow me to say stability, peace, unity, and democracy underlie humanity's harmonious coexistence.
According to Economic News, 165,000 Namibian businesses face deregistration over missing ownership info. After the break, we unveil why that is. Getting into our economic news, the Business and Intellectual Property Authority says over 165,000 Namibian businesses risk deregistration for failing to declare their beneficial owners. BIPA introduced a regulation requiring companies to identify their true owners, beneficial owners, in 2023. This information is crucial for transparency and helps combat financial crimes like money laundering. According to BIPA's Executive for Marketing, Corporate Communications and Client Management Services, Oket Jansen, people getting large annual payouts from a company like $1 million or more could be considered beneficial owners because of the significant financial gain they receive. He further clarified that even without direct financial gain, someone could still be considered a beneficial owner if they significantly influence the company's business decision through ongoing consultations and the companies consistently acts on their advice. This highlights that beneficial ownership goes beyond just shareholders or directors. It encompasses anyone who meets the criteria of control, influence, or substantial financial gain. He said. Jansen said the consequence of non-compliances are severe. Businesses that fail to submit a beneficial ownership declaration will be placed on an inactive list and face immediate financial penalties as well. He said, now non-compliant businesses face a one-time sanction of $3,750 Namibian, along with a daily penalty of 75 Namibian dollars. Let's take a look at our financial indicators. The Namibian dollar trades against the British pound at 23.02, against the euro at 19.55, against the US dollar at 18.19, 2 Namibian dollars and 50 cents gets you 1 Chinese yuan. On the commodities market, gold and platinum went down, while copper and Brent crude oil went up. Brent crude oil trading at 0.10%, going for $85 and 94 cents per barrel. On the other side of the break, we tackle our international news.
Neopaints has established a 67-year Namibian legacy, creating personalized paint solutions that blend quality and innovation for the Namibian people. We pride ourselves in being a 100% Namibian-owned company, investing in our country and our people by employing and empowering true Namibians. With every brushstroke, Neopaints commits to our quality guarantee and always delivering a coat of excellence. At Neopaints, we always stay true to our country. We are as Namibian as you.
eTicket, your online ticket solution for events and event marketing, bringing you ease of mind and making sure that your event gets out there. For more information, contact events@nmh.com.na.
Getting into our international news, we zoom in on Democratic President Joe Biden's family that has urged him to ignore calls to step aside following his disastrous debate against Republican Donald Trump. He spent Sunday with relatives at a presidential retreat where they encouraged him to keep fighting, according to the BBC's U.S. partner CBS News. Anxiety has gripped sections of his party following a rambling and at times incoherent performance in Atlanta. Polls since then suggest concerns about his age, he is 81, that have increased. A CBS News/YouGov poll released on Sunday indicated that 72% of registered Democratic voters believe the president does not have the mental and cognitive health to serve as president. Nearly half said he should step aside, but the message from his campaign team and his family is that he remains the party's best hope to defeat Trump. The family gathering at Camp David in Maryland had been previously scheduled as a photo shoot by celebrity photographer Annie Leibovitz, Biden's wife. Biden's wife Jill, his children and grandchildren were among those present. Jill Biden told Vogue magazine in a phone call from Camp David that they will not let those 90 minutes define the 4 years he's been president. They would continue fighting, she said, adding that her husband will always do what's best for the country. The encouragement of the family to stay the course was first reported by the New York Times and later confirmed by CBS News. That concludes our international news. After the break, we zoom in on the weather.
MyZone presents MyZone Schools Esports Competition.
Still possibilities. Round 1, 3, 2, 1. We have 30 minutes to go. Caution. Yeah, no surprise there. That was always going to be a booking. From deep three-point range, Green with the...
Join us on the 27th of July at the MTC Innovation Hub for an action-packed day of esports excitement.
With the winter months getting a lot more colder, it's always wise to take a look at what's happening with the weather predictions. Tsumeb can expect a minimum of 15 degrees Celsius and a maximum of 28 degrees Celsius, while Gobabis can expect a minimum of 7 degrees Celsius and a maximum of 26 degrees Celsius, while the capital city can expect a minimum of 8 degrees Celsius and a maximum of 23 degrees Celsius. Walvis Bay can expect a minimum of 12 degrees Celsius and a maximum of 21 degrees Celsius with sunny weather conditions, while Rehoboth can expect a minimum of 5 degrees Celsius and a maximum of 25 degrees Celsius. Oranjemund can expect a minimum of 11 degrees Celsius and a maximum of 20 degrees Celsius. On the other side of the break, we take a look at our sports news rather.
Entries are now open for the Republican Bridal Couple of the Year competition. Couples married between 1 March and 31 May 2024 have until 31 July of this year to enter the first round of the Republican Bridal Couple of the Year competition. One of the top 10 couples will be chosen from this pool to participate in the final, taking place in May 2025. To better your chance of reaching the final, enter now. To enter, simply WhatsApp #Bridal2025 to 085 785 6231 and follow the on-screen instructions, or scan this QR code.
When it comes to the world of sports, I only trust one man to keep me updated, and that is Ari Gohad. Let's take a look at what he has in store for us today.
Good day everyone, time for international sports news, and starting off with Wimbledon tennis first. It is one of the 4 majors of the year. It starts on Monday in London, and the number 1 seed in the men's division is Yannick Sinner of Italy, and he will play in the first round. He will play against Yannick Hoffmann of Germany. Number 2 seed in the men's division is Novak Djokovic, and then number 3 seed is Carlos Alcaraz. Carlos Alcaraz is the defending champion. He won the title in 2023. Southern African interest, it will be South Africa's Lloyd Harris that also play in the tournament. He qualified through the qualifying tournaments, and he will play American Alex Michelson, and Michelson is number 55 in the world. On the women's side of the draw, it is Iga Swiatek that is the number 1 seed, and she will play Sonia Kenin of the USA in the first round, a tough first round game for Iga Swiatek. Then Coco Gauff of America, 2nd seed, and then number 3 seed is Aryna Sabalenka. She earlier in the year won the Australian Open. Continuing international sports news with motorcycle news, it is MotoGP. It was the Dutch Grand Prix, and that was won by Francesco Bagnaia, and he won it in his Ducati. In 2nd position, Jorge Martin, and in 3rd position, it was Enio Bastianini. The point standing at the moment is that Jorge Martin in his Ducati is leading the points table with 80 points, with Bastianini 2nd on 59 points, and then is Maverick Vinales on 56. South African Brad Binder, he's number 6 on the points table at the moment with 49 points. He was 7th in the MotoGP Dutch Grand Prix the past weekend. Continuing international sports news with golf news on the men's PGA Tour, it was a Rocket Mortgage Classic played in Detroit, and the winner there in the end was Cameron Davis of Australia. He came in with a 4-round total of -18. Just one shot back for 4 players. One of them was Davis Thompson of the USA. Best South African in the tournament was tied for 6th. It was a good tournament for Eric van Rooyen. He finished these 4 rounds with a total of -15. That's Eric van Rooyen of South Africa. And to close off today's international sports news, it is rugby news. The Under-20 World Cup taking place in Cape Town, South Africa at the moment. The host South Africa, they played against Fiji. They beat them by 57 points to 7. And some of the other results over the weekend, New Zealand beat Wales by 41 points to 34. Then Ireland too strong for Italy, the score 55 points to 15. And England had a good win against Argentina, the score 40 points to 21. That tournament continues through the week in Cape Town. That's international sports news for today. Hope you have a great sport day, and we talk international sport again tomorrow. Goodbye.
Hello and welcome to today's Sports Rep Show.
I am your host, Jesse Jackson Kauraika. In replay, Namibia, who had won the toss for the first time on this tour.
Good day everyone, time for international sports news, starting off with tennis news, both on the WTA for women's and
And with that, we've come to the end of the broadcast. Thank you for joining Sunset News on this beautiful Monday evening. From me, Glenn Rashipura. Until next time.